Hello everyone and welcome to CPAC 2023. I'm your host, Amelia Kane, and joining me today is Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad you guys are here too.
Well, thank you. My first question to you is this. Can you give us a preview of what your committee is investigating regarding the origins of COVID?
Yes, so this is going to be explosive, and as a matter of fact, our hearing is this week on the origins of COVID. This has been the major issue that I think everyone in the country has wanted to talk about, but we were never given that ability to really explore and investigate it last Congress. This Congress, we have a special sub-select committee totally dedicated to everything COVID, and our first hearing is origins of COVID. While the media and many on the left are finally acknowledging and saying, and even our intelligence agencies saying that, oh, maybe it did come from the Wuhan lab and not the wet market like Dr. Fauci and many others lied to everyone and said, we'll be exposing that and showing that on our committee.
Well, I'm sure the American people are definitely going to be keeping a tab on that.
Yes.
Yes. And there has been a lot of concern about American tax dollars and weapons being sent to Ukraine and whether it is actually going to be used for aid. Is there any accountability in this?
Well, there is a lot of money going over there, and we're looking at nearly $200 billion that has gone in equipment, weapons, and aid has gone over there. That's been a big component of it. I've introduced a resolution of inquiry in the Foreign Affairs Committee that just got introduced, and they will be voting on my inquiry to provide the American people with an audit of Ukraine. They deserve an audit. Now, there are audits already going on. There's many different audits going. There's audits going on of the aid. There's even outside audits. Deloitte and Touche is one of the ones that are doing a big audit. But we really need to open it up and show the American people. I personally am against sending money to Ukraine. I voted no to every single penny. I have not funded Ukraine. I believe that the United States should take a very big role in promoting peace and ending that war over there, not prolonging the war by funding it. And that's what we're doing. We are giving Ukraine over $1 billion every single month. That's not for the war, that's for their government. Most people don't know that. We actually fund their entire government. So the American taxpayers that work so hard for their hard-earned money, that pay taxes here, don't know that they are actually funding the government of Ukraine, and we are keeping them open, holding them up, while we are also funding the war against Russia and Ukraine. So I find that outrageous, especially with just the complete hypocrisy and double standard when it comes to our own border and how Washington just doesn't seem to care about our own border.
I just want to reiterate this for the folks back home. You said $1 billion
yes.
A month to Ukraine.
Every month. So it was $1.5 billion every single month. And just in the past few months, they changed it to $1.1 billion with a B every single month to Ukraine to fund their government, as in pay for their salaries. They're using it to pay pensions. That's another thing that came out that is outrageous. So over $1 billion just for their government, not for the war.
That's shocking. Very, very
It is shocking.
My goodness. Now, Congresswoman, my last question for you is this. Big tech censorship. Judicial Watch has been affected by this. What is your committee doing to put an end to big tech censorship?
Well, that is happening actually in the Judiciary Committee and Energy and Commerce. They're looking at working on ending big tech censorship. I did introduce a bill, though, that I believe is a very strong bill that would not only repeal Section 230, but would also make big tech companies common carriers. And I think that's an angle that we really should take a look at and pursue, because once we make them common carriers, they have to treat everyone the same. In the same way FedEx has to deliver to you or anybody that is being sent a letter, they would have to treat all users the same. And they're not doing that right now, and we know it. But the other place that I really think we need to rein in big tech is we need to talk to the Department of Homeland Security, and we need to talk to the FBI, and we need to talk to the CDC, and all these and the CIA, all these government agencies that use their power to censor people's voices on Twitter and permanently ban people. I was one of them. My Twitter, my personal Twitter, my campaign account was permanently banned for almost an entire year in 2022, the same time I was running for Congress to be reelected. And it has to stop. And then there were many doctors that were saying they didn't agree with how COVID was being handled, promoting treatments like ivermectin, saying that these school closures, these lockdowns were the worst thing that we could do for people's immunity and public health, and we needed to handle it differently. They were permanently banned and locked down. So I believe our Republican-controlled committees, those are the things that we need to address and make sure that they never happen again.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Congresswoman.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And for more on our work, please visit judicialwatch.org. Thank you.